and the press will be here. So if you could choose 2 of your favorite books out of the basket. And as all of you know, we want you to put trees of knowledge in your home.
1, 2, 3.
So first of all, I want to welcome you to our second Human Tree of Knowledge event. But we've actually been here at the Chester County Courthouse for 5 years. Of course, all of you know that my name is Margaret Downey, and I'm the founder and president of the Freethought Society. And I wanted to thank you for coming here to demonstrate that free thinkers are indeed valuable members of the community. So while our symbol, the Tree of Knowledge, has been banned from the holiday display area in the borough of Westchester, Pennsylvania, your participation today makes it clear that we will not disappear and we will not become a silent minority. Right. And you know, some unenlightened members of Westchester hope that we will just go away. And they enlisted the help of the Chester County Commissioners, and they gave us the final nudge. Well, we're not going away, and we will not remain silent. Right. We are here to say that treating free thinkers like second-class citizens is totally unacceptable.
Yeah. All right.
And we demand equal representation on this spot, government-owned land that is supported by you, the taxpayers. Free thinkers want to see our winter symbol, the Tree of Knowledge, placed right next to the Jewish and Christian symbols.
Yeah. All right.
And you know, a childish display of plastic candy canes and a Santa Claus will not satisfy a broad interpretation of what makes a winter display secular. And never before, you see, has a secular community asked to have their symbol accepted and included in a public display. And that's what we are asking. We must not allow our symbol to be uprooted and disrespected. And we are so proud of the books we highlight on the Tree of Knowledge. Our books advocate learning more about history, philosophy, and of course science. When we grace the branches of the Tree of Knowledge with biographies and autobiographies of our real-life heroes, we honored the brave, the honest, and the intelligent. And we too want to share our stories, our knowledge, and we want to share the information that we have about real-life people. We honor real-life people. We want to do this equally with the religious community in this public forum. We want our friends, co-workers, neighbors, and family to know that we are part of the community. Right. Yeah. I recently learned that a Freethought family wanted to bring a little girl to see the Tree of Knowledge this year so that she could place a copy of the Constitution on its branches. And it broke my heart to tell this family that the Tree of Knowledge was banned and that the free speech zone was no longer owned and controlled by we the people. Quite the contrary, the free speech zone is now owned by we, the Chester County Commissioners. This fact alone, my friends, should be cause for concern. What is most concerning, however, is that when the Chester County Commissioners refuse to allow us to share a public space with the religious community, they expressed approval of segregation and discrimination. A cold and harmful atmosphere prevails in Chester County, and it is not related to winter weather. The coldness and the harm I speak of blew into Chester County when the commissioners decided that they, and they alone, could dictate who would be allowed on the grounds of the Chester County Courthouse. They gave a nod of approval and acceptance to the religious community, but they turned a cold shoulder to us, freethinkers. The action of the Chester County Commissioners endorses a climate of hatred and bigotry towards those who are not religious. And isn't it the duty of public officials to promote harmony and brotherhood within a community?
Of course.
Well, that's not the case in Chester County. Our only option this year was to host this event to form the human tree of knowledge.
I think it's really valuable for any community to value secular knowledge and to value science and skeptical thinking, and not only individuals but also the government to value those same things. And any program that is executed by a government should be scrutinized as well as any aspect of life should be scrutinized.
We are making a tree of knowledge, not a tree of atheism or tree of secularism. Anyway, who would oppose secularism also? And in this economic downturn, the only thing that can take us out is not a war. It is science and education.
I think that we as free thinkers tend to take religion very seriously. And that's why we found it wanting, and that's why we found it not true, because we've really examined it, probably much more than many quote-unquote religious people. Some parts of the Bible that probably aren't too well published among the faithful. There's, for example, there's Psalm 137, verse 9, that says, "Those who grab babies and smash them on the rock are blessed." I don't think so. How do you cheer people up when they get depressed? You party. And that's what the winter season is all about, is partying, giving gifts to each other, as simple as an evergreen tree because it's still alive, represents life. All this stuff has nothing to do with religion. It's stuff that just has been around for a while because of a human need and a human desire to be happy.
And this is Dan Barker, losing faith in faith. He went from fundamental preacher to an atheist. If you haven't read this book yet, I highly recommend it. And I'd like to invite other people who want to talk about the books that they selected.
Why the Religious Right is Wrong, about separation of church and state, which was written by Robert Boston. He was one of the early members of WASH. He's now the Associate Director of Americans United for Separation of Church and State.
The End of Faith by Sam Harris, which he talks about Christian and Muslim fundamentalism and evil and that.
I picked Letter to a Christian Nation, Sam Harris, wonderful book, please read it.
Not really. One, they're both very interesting books.
Hey, buddy.
I kind of tend to think that thinking that they're true gets in the way of the story.
This morning I decided to come out and show my support for the county commissioner's decision not to allow the Tree of Knowledge. And I don't have anything personally against the Tree of Knowledge. I just think its timing is totally inappropriate. As I suggested to the young lady who's running that over there, it would be much more acceptable on Arbor Day perhaps.